Good morning, everyone, and it is an early morning. We're here on EDSA with the Special Action and Intelligence Committee for Transport under DOTr. They've just stopped this motorcycle rider, in fact two motorcycle riders behind this bus. They are MC taxis, meaning that they're held to the highest of standards, expected to be professional drivers. Anyway, the carousel buses, that's who this exclusive lane is intended for. And in fact, there you go, airport taxi pulled over. I was telling someone an interesting story about one of these. Basically, my friend arrived, and when he got to the door, the meter said 1,200 pesos, actually more than 1,200 pesos. And based on the distance and traffic, it was impossible. So I said to the driver, "Oh, can you print a receipt, please? That way I can check it and verify that everything's okay." He immediately said, "Oh, it doesn't work, just pay 500. So just like that, the fare went from 1,200 to 500. I'm not saying all taxis are like that, but there's a lot of problems at the airport with taxis. They were having a hard time with that motorcycle. They tried to leave the bus lane, but they did manage to get him to the side here. There's one more, two more motorcycles, three more. Okay, the IAC's going to try and block them. Sorry, the SAICT. They used to be called IAC. That's why I sometimes accidentally still call them IAC. Oh, he's running, look. He just ran away. Aside from disrespecting the law, he's disrespecting those other riders and cars that are being ticketed for using the bus lane because he just ran away. You see here you have another car, a taxi, and then a bus. A lot of people were deterred by the increased penalties of 5,000 pesos. But then they also learned, okay, what time do the enforcers usually go to EDSA? What areas they usually operate? And then they just try and avoid it. And in fact, I can see four wheels in the background reversing on the bus lane. There's a whole bunch of riders at the back of the buses, a couple of cars. And of course, since these guys are deputized by LTO, it does involve confiscating the license, meaning the driver has to go to LTO to get it back. It is an extra burden, an extra hassle, and in a way it acts as an extra deterrent. Okay, what's this? If it's an ambulance, obviously it's allowed through. Emergency transport. The other one is police, and then there's a private vehicle at the back. A lot of people like to follow police cars and ambulances through the bus lane. In fact, it used to work. Throw in your hazards, tailgate an emergency vehicle, and most enforcers would just assume you're in an emergency. But eventually it became apparent because it kept happening again and again. And when you flag down the vehicles, they say, "No, I'm not with the ambulance, I'm not with the police car." They're just following it to get through. Now, if you look at the regular lanes, yes, there's a heavy volume of vehicles because it's rush hour. But you'll notice they're moving. So yes, there's traffic, but it's moving. I've seen some people say, "Oh, what are they going to do about the traffic?" Well, the bus lane, this exclusive bus lane is part of the solution. Now that the sun has come up, you can expect to see far fewer violators. And that's really how it is on EDSA. Late at night or early morning when it's dark, oh my goodness, it's a free-for-all. Like Friday night, I saw a dump truck carrying gravel speeding along the bus lane. Of course, there's no one there to stop him, so he just did it. Sayang, there's no more non-contact using the CCTV because of that temporary restraining order from the Supreme Court. Obviously, that's another MC taxi flagged down. They do apprehend a lot of MC taxis inside the bus lane. There's some kind of four wheels behind this. Is it a taxi? I remember the driver before who said, "We taxis always use the bus lane." Maybe it's true, but doesn't make it right, and as professional drivers are definitely expected to know the rules of the road. At least he handed over his license immediately without any complaint. Sometimes they get taxis that literally force their ways through, even with enforcers trying to block them. I'm not sure whether LTO were able to take action on the last two taxis that did that. They literally force their way through using their vehicles. I mean, in some countries, they would really put you in jail for that. Some drivers are changing lanes as soon as they see the enforcers up ahead, but those that are following the buses too closely, they end up being flagged down. Like this one here, there's no way they could see the enforcers because he was following the bus so close. Another paper license, but LTO is gradually getting through that and giving everyone cards. What's this, four wheels behind the bus? Black and white plate. Okay, that's a penalty, it's heavy. It's really meant to act as a severe deterrent. This motorcycle does have a sticker on the front with a certain government agency. Whether he belongs to that agency or not, I don't know, because a lot of people put stickers on their vehicles even if they're not associated. But if he is, then 100% he should know better than anyone else that this is an exclusive bus lane. There's actually a bus stuck in the background because the taxi is trying to leave the bus lane. That's what a lot of people don't realize. I saw someone saying, oh, just let motorcycles use the bus lane, and then if a bus comes, leave. Okay, what happens? The buses get stuck behind you before you leave, or you leave in a reckless way and cause an accident, which does actually happen on a regular basis. Usually minor accidents, but still. Wow, this car is brave. The enforcer already waved him away, but he just went straight into the bus lane. Obviously, that's one more rider that they flagged down. He was behind the bus, so no way to see the enforcers. A lot of riders and cars are still leaving the bus lane as soon as they see the enforcers. The nice thing is that those that have actually pulled to the side have all handed over their license without any argument today, at least from what I've seen. And actually, it turns out that the license that rider showed to enforcers has expired. And they checked the extensions given by LTO, and allegedly he's no longer covered